Good afternoon, you guys. It's Sunday, January. I don't even know what day it is. Sunday, January 11th. And it is about 12:40 p.m. And I am just now really getting up. I'm about to change my clothes, but just not really getting up and moving around. My last video I posted, I said I was gonna lay back down and try to go to sleep, but that didn't happen. I started throwing up, and I couldn't stop throwing up. I was throwing up like about every 30 minutes, and I have Phenergan, Zofran, and Dramamine here, and all of that stuff, none of it was working, you know what I mean? Nothing was working. And with having the adrenal insufficiency and taking the steroids that I do, and just knowing, and also having syncope, both of those things separate, just one of them by themselves, you know what I mean? It's your body, like my body doesn't, I'm constantly having to drink water and electrolyte water to keep myself hydrated, because it's something that I struggle with. Just even if I'm not doing anything that's exerting and that I sweat, like I just need extra electrolytes and salt and stuff like that. So, and the adrenal insufficiency, I have it, sorry, ow. And my back inside is so sore from throwing up so much. But the adrenal insufficiency, it it's supposed you have a problem with not having enough salt in your body, and syncope is the same. It's like very similar. The symptoms of it are very similar. So I have both. So if I start throwing up, like my endocrinologist told me that I needed to go to the hospital, because if I can't keep down my medication, I need to go get some by like an injection or something like that. You know, it can be very dangerous for me. So, and I was here by myself, which was partially a good thing. I'm glad my son wasn't here this weekend. I'm glad he was at his dad's. And I'm glad I'm starting to feel better now that he's going to be coming home. So, but I was here by myself, and at one point, I thought about calling for help, because I just could not stop throwing up, and I had lost control of my bladder while I was going. Every time I was throwing up, I would just that would keep happening, and I got so dizzy, like I thought I was gonna pass out. Another health issue I have that I have not yet to bring up is I have a brain aneurysm, an unruptured one. So, throwing up, stuff like that always scares me. Ow, when I you know what I mean, because of the pressure of squeezing and just, yeah. And with that, I'll get into another video about that whole situation, but I just recently had an MRA done for that. But anyways, I'll get into that with it in a different video. That's a whole other thing. But so I ended up just, and I couldn't even change my clothes. I went to the hospital. I was just too out of it. I had my pants, you know, from throwing up so much. And I just grabbed my coat, which was somewhat longer. You know, it comes down like past, like right here, you know, and I grabbed like my neck pillow, and my bottle container, which I had put some Vernors in just in case, you know. I filled it up. I didn't drink any because I couldn't. I just knew I was going to continue to throw up. But I grabbed all that and I just drove to the hospital. And it was Friday night, and I'm like, oh my God, you know. I know that there's been stuff going around, like people being sick and stuff. It's everybody I know is sick, or has been sick lately. And it's Friday night, you know. Just I'm like, it's about to be. And I live in a city where there's a lot of people. I'm like, it's about to be slammed, and like, it's about to be a ton of people in this hospital. That's why I contemplated if I wanted to go or not either, too. So I was like, it's going to be so packed. But thankfully, I got there and it wasn't packed. I was so surprised. I was like, holy crap. I'm like, well, thank God I like lucked out, you know? So I got there and I was signed in and into a room like within like 10 minutes at the most, you know, vitals and stuff like that. I was in and back. And I don't know what time this was that I got there. I was like, it was just like, I was out of it. Like, out of it. I think it was like 1 in the morning or something like that. Was that like 1 in the morning? Because I didn't end up getting out until almost like 11 o'clock in the morning. I was there like 11 hours. And they tested me for COVID, which was negative. It's like blood work. My white blood cell count was high, so they, you know, just figured it was gastritis, stomach bug or whatever. And but they gave me obviously fluids. They only gave me 1 bag of fluids, which is fine. I'm glad to have any kind of fluids, you know. It did help. And they gave me more Zofran by IV, and what was the other one? Zofran, and they gave me Pepsid and Bentol, I think it is. It's for like stomach pain and cramping. And they gave me prescription for all of that stuff, which I should have went and dropped off when I got out of the hospital, but I was, honestly, I felt horrible still. I still felt like I honestly, I don't know, I guess the vomiting was contained, but I still felt like any moment I was going to start throwing up. They didn't even really like wait to see if I could keep anything down, which was kind of strange, you know, because but I don't know. So I just came back home and laid back down. I just need to lay back down. I was so wiped out, and I've been asleep, and I slept all day Saturday, and then now it's Sunday. So that's been my weekend. I'm about to get dressed. I'm moving around slow as I just have my back and all that shit. So I'm so sore, like, from throwing up so much. But I'm taking it easy. I don't know, like, I still haven't ate. I don't want to. I've been drinking burners. I've had some Jello and a couple popsicles. This was yesterday night sometime. I woke up and I grabbed some. And I've thankfully had all this stuff in my cupboard because I've been sick since, gosh, with that cold respiratory stuff. Well, I still had that stuff left over in my kitchen, in my house. Thank God. So, I think I'm just gonna, I do feel a tiny bit hungry. I have some soup in there. I think I'm gonna try some canned chicken noodle soup. I think I'm gonna try to eat some of that. But first I'm gonna get dressed. And I don't know, I'm probably not gonna be posting any workout videos for a couple days. I don't know, it just all depends on how I feel. I'm not pushing myself. I'm not doing it. I don't think that's a very smart thing to do. And I'm sore from my side, my back. So sore. Like my muscles throwing up so much. So I'll be back and be posting in a few days. So hope everybody, I don't know, take care and stay well, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye.